We don't like to speculate on this show, but we think it's safe to say that members of Hillary Clinton's campaign team do not like members of Donald Trump's campaign team. And that's not just something we thought up. We have the tape. It was all on full display yesterday at Harvard University's Institute of Politics in Cambridge. In an election year tradition that has peacefully continued literally for decades, the two sides sat down for an autopsy of sorts to discuss what went right and what went wrong. But very quickly, it turned into a shouting match, complete with insults and accusations. Here's one particularly unpleasant exchange between Trump campaign manager Kellyanne Conway and Clinton communication director Jen Palmieri. Listen.
Do you think I ran a campaign where white supremacists had a platform? You going to look me in the face and tell me that?
It did. Kellyanne
really?
did.
And that's how you lost?
It did.
Do you think you could have just had a decent message for the white working class voters? Do you think this woman who has nothing in common with anybody?
I'm not saying that's why you won, but that's the kind of campaign that was run.
Over 200 counties that President Obama won and Donald Trump just won. You think that's because of what you just said or because people aren't ready for a woman president? Really? How about it's Hillary Clinton? She doesn't connect with people. How about they have nothing in common with her? How about you had no economic message?
Joining us now, Democratic strategist Jessica Tarlov. Jessica Tarlov, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Donald Trump is a racist. His voters are racist. That's one explanation. Another explanation is that CNN somehow is a secretly right-wing network that is promoting Donald Trump. The third explanation is that Russian agents somehow made it into the wilds of rural Minnesota, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin and rigged the voting machines. What do these three explanations for Hillary's loss have in common? All three refuse to take voters seriously, refuse to actually think through why someone would vote for Donald Trump. And that tells me the Democratic Party is not grappling with the reality of what happened.
Well, give us a little bit more time. I found that exchange particularly ugly. I think it is important to talk about some segments of the alt-right, and we've discussed this before. Obviously, there are white nationalist supremacists in this nation. They did prefer Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton, but that's not why Hillary Clinton lost. We know that we should have been campaigning in Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania when we were in Arizona and Georgia.
Right.
That's why we lost. And
wait a second. You're still blaming the process. That's like saying we didn't put up 30-second spots.
Oh, you just want me to blame Hillary Clinton?
No. I think Hillary Clinton was absolutely electable. I believe that.
Yeah.
I just think in order to win any kind of contest, you have to have a reason for running that goes beyond just the idea that you deserve it.
And I'm not the other guy, and he's
worse. I'm not exactly right. So Kellyanne had it right. It was missing an economic message in a year when a lot of people were suffering through economic pain.
I think that's true. Joe Biden has come out and spoken about that. Obviously, Bernie Sanders has. He's been screaming about it for months, talking about that. But hearing it from Joe Biden was particularly powerful, I think, for Democrats. And looking ahead, that we need to put a new person at the top of the DNC. We need to start farming better candidates. I mean, our leadership is old, right? Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, Tulsi Gabbard's going to be, a new face of the party, obviously coming up. But we need more people like that who can blend both sides of the Democratic Party. We do have a strong centrist side, and that is important to win elections, but we also have a strong progressive side.
Well, but wait, you're saying we need people who are younger, you in the Democratic Party.
Watch out now.
But isn't that
Tarlov 2028 or whatever.
A species of what went wrong in the first place? That's just another variety of identity politics. It's not about the age or the color of the people. It's about what they're saying, what they believe, what their pitch is.
No, but it's also about, I think to some degree it is about the age. Even though Donald Trump is an older man, he ran a young person's campaign doing it on social media. Bernie Sanders as well, 74 years old, did it all, right? On Twitter, social media, these rallies. It's a different form of politics. And I do think that younger people are better suited to do that. I'm also just saying that looking ahead, we need people who are going to be alive, right? I mean, these people are going to be phased out because people die.
But
we need young people.
Trump didn't run any campaign during the primaries. He spent less on the total primary season than you spent on spring break last year. Like nothing.
How did you know, Tucker? That European vacay was amazing.
Because I saw you in Florence. No, but the point is, it's not about how many consultants you hire, how much money you spend, where you campaign. It's about what you're saying.
But if you're connecting, you need a better mode. The Democrats need a better mode of connection. And connection right now is coming through phones, right? I mean, everyone is on their phone all the time. It's coming through Twitter. You've been talking a lot on your show about fake news, right? This advent, this term. And I saw your interview earlier talking to Ms. Spade from the New York Times about it. All of this information that we're getting is coming through our phones. Young people are the future of the technological movement. I mean, that's just
Bernie Sanders is several hundred years old, and he won 85% of the vote.
But I'm saying he was running a young person's campaign, and his staff, they were all young. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. The people who are on the ground and connecting people, Hillary Clinton, she was out there with Hollywood. She was raising a lot of money, which is really important. I've been reading a lot of articles that donors are not particularly happy about what happened. But I do think we need to look to the future if we want to win.
But not to be mean. I don't want to. And why am I giving advice to the Democratic Party? I'm not taking it anyway. No, I know you're not. Who spent more on social media, Hillary or Trump?
I'm sure Hillary did too.
By a factor of like.
But I think it was done improperly. I think that's the real, riddle here for Democrats, for us to figure out how to convey our message. To first of all, get a message that we want to go out there with that's going to work. And Barack Obama, we're going to be losing him obviously.
But doesn't a message flow from belief? It's not just a matter of thinking of a new bumper sticker. It's a matter of having beliefs that are in tune with the majority of voters.
But I actually think that Democrats do have that. And I think that, Donald Trump, Make America Great Again, from day one, that was going to work, certainly with his base, and it eventually permeated a larger swath of the electorate, right? Not the majority, but it got there. And with Hillary Clinton, Stronger Together, no one really knows what that meant. And you saw even in the Podesta leaks that people were saying that.
It would be a fantastic motto for a glue company, wouldn't it? Elmer's Glue.
Could the glue be president?
No, it's a bizarre.
Well, yeah, but there was a great piece, I forget where it was, maybe Politico, where they went through all of the slogans that the Clinton campaign went through. And it's really, I don't know how many options there were when they picked Hope and Change, but there weren't 100, right? You had a great product in Barack Obama, someone who believed in something and someone who was also a great campaigner, and Hope and Change just fit with him. Now, I don't know. I wasn't a Clinton consultant. I don't know what the right slogan would have been. It isn't Stronger Together. And having an economic message, not just about how great my husband did or how great Barack Obama did or what I can offer in that way, but to say, I haven't forgotten you. The recovery is happening, but it's not happening fast enough. And this is the way that we're going to do it.
It's a fair point. This is a rhetorical question we don't have time to answer. Will all the consultants on the Democratic side give all the money back? Or are they stashing it in the Caymans? Never to be seen again.
In the Cayman, I don't know. A lot of handbags, a lot of Caymans. Well, we can repatriate now for only a 10% tax. Anyway, I wasn't paid at all.
I know you weren't. I wish you were. Jessica Tarlov, it's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.